called me and told me, when you arrive. So shall we call him, on the number?
غیر د دې نه په یوه بل په بانه باندې یا په بله بانه باندې موږ دا خبره نه منونکي یاست خو نه منو همیشه لپاره.
Now, how do you know that the results of an election can be trusted? Especially in a country like Afghanistan.
The elections in Afghanistan, we have to consider that this is only their first parliamentary election in so many, many years.
Now the parliament election is somewhat complex, I would say, as compared to the presidential election.
And this is the Kabul constituency. We have 390 candidates on this ballot.
People, local people, ready to have an election? Or is the election taking place simply because the West and the rest want it?
There is what you call the freedom of expression, freedom of association, freedom of assembly. Now there must be no restriction at this basic right. A free and fair election would mean that there is secrecy of the vote, free from intimidation, from threat, from harassment.
Because free and fair election is one of the basis of democracy. Those who would like to benefit from the system in a negative way better think twice.
We have invited about 30 long-term observers to observe the parliamentary elections in Afghanistan.
And the election it's coming soon. The team have to be there in the next 2 weeks.
According to last year's reports, the morning is when a lot of voters come to the polling sites, and basically that's the best time for them to attack.
Well, this morning is election day, so I don't know. see what's going to happen.
Where's the opening? I cannot see.
Okay. How about this?
20 and this one? 2001. None of the voting stations here are ready. This is very interesting. Yeah, I saw the one over there. 1, 2. So none of the stations open exact time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you have the list? Just check how many male polling station in this school. 6:15. They are letting people in. Trying to make it line.
not as smooth as it could be. Well, most of the old people don't really know how to do it, so the staff actually have to show them how to vote and everything, the whole thing, basically. And it kind of delays the whole voting process.
Only agents, is it? So what time you exactly start the voting? Not exactly 6 o'clock, I believe.
6 o'clock.
Exactly?
Yeah.
Like, okay, 6 start?
Yeah, start.
Okay, good people here.
In the women polling station here in teacher training school, it's not a lot of women. They have only 5 women, and I see 2 women already vote now.
They were voting.
And the step, it's okay so far. But interesting that I see that one of agent from the candidate, they bring a lot of name cards.
We have the right to observe every station. And we have the right to get in the polling station also. We went to more than 10 polling stations already. Let me see your card, sorry.
He doesn't have any card.
So he is not the officer. You are not officer, right? No, you are not. If you are officer, you're supposed to show us. Yeah. Some people, some security guy, they just want to show power. That's all. It's nothing.
And they are working for her.
Let me clarify. Nafisa Kushal is the director of Women Affairs.
No, Amajan.
Amajan.
Yes, she's working for these 2 candidates.
These 2 candidates?
Female candidates, yes.
Okay. How Shahida Hussain? Election is a contest, and the candidates try to win the election in any means that they can. So sometimes they will try to use even election observers as a tool to win the election.
She was persuading people, female, to give vote to these 2 females.
Where the station is?
All schools, children, all schools.
Oh, come on, we have to find this exact place where the lady...
No, actually Shaida's Mullah was specific place. Shaida's Mullah.
So she mentioned a specific place?
Yes, Shaida's Mullah.
They have female polling stations. Maybe you have to be very careful not to get trapped on false information. You know the place exactly? You have to be careful to cross-check whether this information is sure. Can you come to the gate now? Okay. Yeah, I'm ready. We'll move. Yes, thank you for providing this information. But at the same time, I'm not going to do what he says, and I have to cross-check with other parties, police, electoral administration, and civil society and voters whether the information is correct.
Can you tell me the name again? Okay.
While we were in the first polling center, Johnny got a call from Faisal Zaki, who is one of the candidates who's running on the parliamentary election. He was saying that some candidates went to one of the center in the province, and they were sort of campaigning in the center. He was asking for us to check it out.
Hello. Just check with him that is everything all right in here? And does any candidate came in here?
Outside the school.
So how many candidates came? Yakto. Just one. And there isn't any problem between the candidates agents or between the candidates. Everything is going well.
Oh. So the candidate did not come in at all?
Faisal Zaki, I think one thing, he speaks English and he has our number. So maybe he was just, he have a direct access to us, you know. So he was just, the way I see it, maybe he want us to, you know, maybe we can put it in a way, make it a report so that somehow the candidate will be disqualified or something, maybe. You know, you do get frustrated sometimes getting the news, but seeing that something else is happening.
I just put it in the report. And maybe talk to the JMB about this. Ashman, this is 6, right? 6. Yeah.
Feel very interesting because a lot of women come, but I think they need more education because they don't know about election. They just come to the polling station. They just happy to come to the polling station to meet the other women, but they don't know that it is the important day for their country. Okay, where is Kamal? Where is Kamal? Where's Kamal?
Now, when you get the ink, you should tell our driver to try to remove. Tell him to use any chemical, any juice, ask him to remove. If he remove this thing before 4 o'clock, then it is a good evidence for us. It's a failure of the ink, so we should ask him to try to remove it every time. Because according to the system, the ink cannot remove easily. Yeah, it should last they said it will last for a week, they say.
A bit difficult for the poll officer to understand completely because there are so many details. What we are concerned is about whether they understand the whole process well.
DDFC.
Mathiullah, we have to find the DDFC or the DFC. My friend, what time the polling is closed? What time you gonna close?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna close, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll see the other one. JMB Kandahar, they provided 800 ballot papers for every polling stations for one institution. Like for Bolisi Jirga, 800 ballots, for Provincial Council, 800 ballots. So altogether, one polling station received 1,600 ballots. But if you see how many ballots cards, most of the time 100, 200, 300, maximum 400. So more than half of the ballot papers just waste. Of course, if you see the whole figure, in a country where there are 12.5 million eligible voters, if you print 40 million ballots, so it's obvious that how much you're going to waste on printing ballots.
They're going to seal here, to here, and then there's a material box there. You need to seal.
Yes, we watch the closing of the polling station at the rural area in Mazar and Yol Marak. There we see that they lock the ballot box and then seal all over the ballot box with the lakban, the tape. Yeah, they seal all over the ballot box with the tape. and then after that the polling station chairperson brings it to front to the polling centers, and then we wait quite a long time there, and then when will they bring this box to the counting center?
I mean, what's up with you with the inks?
I don't know, I just wanted to test if they are mixed with something.
You tested it before in Kabul and tested now again with all 4 of your fingers.
No, the reason I tested is not that. It's just that if maybe one of the bottle, right, they might change it, or they might pour it out and put another ink in.
So basically, this is one station, another station, another station.
Yes.
Observers were allowed to join the convoy. I get into the same jeep that the polling center manager is on, and that is the first jeep that followed the truck from the back.
Because Yol Marab is quite far from Mazar, and in fact they wait until after dusk prayer, then they bring it.
But at this point, everybody's on the way.
Is it possible for me to have the soft copy?
Soft copy?
Yes.
You'll have to speak to the account manager. I think they're taking Andres.
Oh, Andres, yes.
Yes.
When I was waiting outside the county center, Faisal Azaki called me and he said that there's one polling center in Akcha. He said that the ballots are in a room with the securities there, and they lock it from inside, and the observers can't see from outside what they are doing.
So, I mean, all the officers, all the armies are with the boxes, you mean? And they not allow the. Okay. I'll try to do something about it.
Right after the first call that we get in the morning, and we go and check, and nothing happened. We were already thinking that this guy is just making things up, you know.
Complaints were made to Malim Batur, but he's not taking any actions. So he called me and told me about this. So we're gonna find out about this. I'm gonna go talk straight to Daniel if you need him. Okay.
The parliament election in Afghanistan 2005 was a big milestone for Afghanistan democracy. Despite the lower voter turnout as compared to the presidential election, I think everybody appreciated the way the election conducted.
The election system in Afghanistan is quite complicated. So far it worked because lots of assistance from educated people from the city.
The decision making in Afghanistan has to be done by the Afghan people. I mean, international community can suggest the things that they believe, but ultimately the final decision should be made by the Afghanistan people.
I think most of the countries in Asia are like that, you know. Malaysia, Indonesia, I mean, the colonizer came and sort of took over the country and teach us what's right and wrong in their perspective. But I mean, of course, we are against this, you know. We want our own people to govern the country.
From my opinion, I think the young people or the people in Afghanistan itself, they should have something in their mind that democracy is not only election. Not only election. Election is a big part in the democratic process. But election might not change or election might not fulfill their dreams.
Actually, this is the first time I came after the tsunami to this close, and feel scary a little bit when you see the waves. Now the Afghanistan have formed the government. They have a president and they have a parliament. If anybody say that they have done the job in Afghanistan after the election, I don't think it's a right answer. Election itself does not guarantee anything, but it gives hopes to the people. If the things not going to change as they wish, if the country is not going to develop as they expect, people will lose the confidence on election and democratization process. So it is very important to Afghanistan government and parliamentarians and the international community to make sure the development of the country continues after the election. On one hand, it is sad. When you come here, you will remember all the sad stories of tsunami, and on the other hand, a bit afraid because it may come again. But the sea is still beautiful as in the past.
Please bear in mind that you are our hope. So that is the thing that I try to tell the young people who join our long-term observer team. Please make use of me. Please make use of ANFREL. But only one promise that you should give me is, after you attend the mission, please go back to your country and build up your organization, your team, your network, and to do monitoring work for your own society.
What matters is now they can vote, they can give their voice, and they make a change for themselves. And hopefully they can appreciate it.
I wish if I can go to Afghanistan after 20 years, then I will find a total different Afghanistan. I wish it's a healthy democratic country and grown from economically, so then this will be a very good memory for me personally.
Give them a time, give them another 30 years, for example, because this is still new to them. Even though the elite or the professional understand or understood the democracy, but the rural people, the common people, they still need time, because most of the Afghan people they still cannot read books.
It needs a generation of enlightened people, and we as foreigners who are concerned about them, it's not our responsibility, but as a human being who want to see other people live as better as you gotta let people to understand the whole transformation process of a country. It's gonna be a very long process, but as long as there are some improvements, it's worth it. It's better to have a longer process, and in the end you get the ideal, then you came close, but it's stuck there. You can't just make an election and leave it like that. I